Jeff, with this new album, the Slate, compared to your last album, I feel that you've gone back to your roots again now. Do you agree to that?
Yeah, I mean, we've certainly returned to a lot of the trademark elements of Dokken, which, you know, is Don's singing style is more natural this time. We have lots of harmonies and real aggressive out-front guitar. So, yeah, in those respects, we've returned to the roots. I think we've also we're playing with a freshness that a lot of people are picking up on, and they're referring to that as returning to our roots. I think we're just playing the music we like to play.
You got a new member since your last album, Reb Beach. I guess a lot of people know him. How did you get in touch with him?
Well, Reb was playing with Alice Cooper when we were opening for Alice Cooper a couple years ago. And we got to be friends on that tour. So when the opening was available, we got together to jam, and it was instantaneous. I mean, his playing was phenomenal. We started writing together immediately, and he's just a perfect guy for the band. I mean, he was a Dokken fan, so he knows the style of the music quite well. But at the same time, he's got his own style, and he stays very true to it. And he just really, really shines on this record, and we're very happy to have him in the band.
Did you consider other guitar players at all?
Well, we did a tour with John Norum. That was actually wonderful and a great experience, and John's a great player and a great person. He, however, had a lot of solo commitments going on, and you know, we of course we're good friends of his, so we wish him the best and all that. But then other than that, no, it was Reb, and that was it.
Does Reb contribute a lot when it comes to composing the music?
Yeah, we all wrote on this record. It was a very, very collaborative record, and yes, of course, Reb had some very important influence.
Yeah. It has been 11 years since we talked the last time. A lot has happened since then. You broke up not very long after the last interview. You got together again, and now George Lynch is out of the band. On the last interview, we talked about all the problems Don and George had. Was that a problem again, that they couldn't cooperate? Is that why George left the band?
Well, the main reason, I mean, if you listen to what George is doing right now, musically, and you listen to what we're doing, it's light years apart. I mean, it's really, the music, it got to the point of difference where it was just too much to make it work anymore. And we really wanted and needed to make a great rock record, and that's not what George wanted to do. George wanted to make his music, and you know, I mean, I can totally respect somebody wanting to go through changes and all that. But Dokken is what Dokken is, and I'm not afraid of that, and neither are Mick or Don. And we think that there's a place for what we do, and you know, we can't run away from it and try and be something that we're not.
Was George the reason for that last album sounding so different from what we're used to?
He certainly had a hand in it. I mean, he made it very clear at the beginning that he did not want to make a Dokken record. He wanted to make a record that sounded different than that. And so we had these limitations placed on us that, you know, made it very difficult.
All right. Did you ever considered to quit the band when George left, to split the band? I mean, a lot of people would consider George as a very important person in the Dokken band. I mean, your new album sounds very much like Dokken, so that hasn't been a problem. But did you ever consider to do that, or did you just hire another guitar player?
No, not at all. And I agree with you. I think George was a very vital part of the band in the 80s. But I think since the band had gotten back together, his heart wasn't into it. And, you know, in the 80s, his heart was into it. He was very much on fire in the 80s. And since the band got back together in the 90s, he really wasn't. And we're ready to rock. You know, we want to go out and kick some butt. And so, no, we never considered for a minute. What we considered is that it was time to get the lineup together and to get a great guitar player with the right attitude and make the best rock record we were capable of.